Karnak, the largest religious complex in ancient Egypt, with a mountain of ruins to prove it. Historians believe this walled structure was a thriving miniature city filled with homes and workplaces. But who was the elite religious society that lived here? And what did they do? To find this hidden city, you have to travel deep inside Karnak, far beyond the obelisks and into the sacred labyrinth of antechambers reserved for the king and his spiritual entourage. Inside these secret rooms, priests and their religious aides would host ceremonies and daily rituals. But at the end of the working day, they would all retire to the hidden village beyond. A walled complex of hundreds of mud houses, space for thousands of people to live and work. A secret society to support the temple's colossal power. Campbell Price suspects the Egyptians who worked at Karnak may have been every bit as extraordinary as the temple itself. And today, with the help of his colleague Lydia McKnight, he has an opportunity to put his suspicions to the test.
We have 20 human mummies, several of whom come from the site of Thebes. And it's very likely that those people, including this lady here, worked at the Temple of Karnak.
100 years ago, explorers unearthed these human remains very close to Karnak in what was the ancient city of Thebes. Campbell believes the resin-coated mummy is that of a temple worker called Perenbast. He hopes to unravel the secrets of her daily life by studying her remains and any artifacts hidden inside her wrappings.
So this is the lid of the coffin of Perenbast. She was discovered in a sealed tomb. And down here, we can see some hieroglyphs, which are a prayer to the gods to ensure that Perenbast would have a successful afterlife.
So is there any evidence on the coffin which tells us what her role was at the temple?
Right at the bottom, you can see her title. That's it, Shemait en Imen, which means singer, temple singer of Amun. And this tells us for sure that she worked in Karnak.
Campbell thinks Perenbast's role as a temple singer would have been very different to that of a church singer today.
We think she was part of a small number of wealthy women who would go into the inner parts of the temple where the god's statue was kept, and they would sing and dance, perhaps, for the gods, because the ancient Egyptian gods were often easily bored, so they needed to be entertained.
Perenbast would have sung songs to the statue of Amun-Ra every day to keep the sun god happy. But at key times in the calendar, her job became even more important. Perenbast would have spent all year looking forward to the festival of Opet. When the Nile flooded, the pharaoh called the whole town to Karnak to worship the gods. Inside the temple, the priests dressed the statue of the god Amun-Ra, while Perenbast and her colleagues sang his praises. The statue was carried out of the temple. Music filled the air, and the crowd showered the statue in offerings. The parade continued for many days. Finally, the statue was returned to the temple, with the hope that the floods would